I'm gonna show you guys how light this thing is. And you guys know I usually struggle with the scale, right? All right, we have here a Cannondale Supersix Evo High Mod in a 51 with full duress on there, weighing at 7.31 kilos. And as for the pounds, 16 pounds, 4 ounces. Stay tuned after video where you're free of buy sell test on that not SL hologram 45 dish wheel set. Thank you. Hey, how's it going, everyone? GC Performance here, back with another video, and today I have for you guys the Cannondale Supersix Evo High Mod. This is in the Dura-Ace configuration. The retail on this bike is around $13,050. I don't know the exact year on this bike because I think when I pulled up it said 2021, but this is definitely a 2022 spec, and I think they're carrying this over into 2023. On their website, they say that specs are subject to change at any time as well because of issues with getting components. So I want to say this is going to be a 2023 spec because of the fact of the newer components in there. And the weight I don't have yet, but you should see at the beginning of the video because I don't have the scale on me and I have to go back to the shop and get it. But this bike feels super, super light. This is the same bike that the team riders of EF were riding for Cannondale in the Tour de France. Very light, lively bike. We're going to go over all the specs on here, show you guys the color of this bike. This bike is in stock. It's a size 51. We're over here at Epic Cycles, so if you guys are interested in this bike, I will put the description down below. But man, I'm not gonna lie to you, when I lifted up this bike from all the other bikes I've been reviewing, yes, this is their climbing bike, it's not their full aero bike, even though it does have aero qualities. This bike feels very, very light. It feels like an old traditional climbing bike. I wish I knew the weight on there, but if I had to guess right now with this bike, I would say very, very light 15s. That's how light this thing feels, and that's with the Garmin mount on there and everything else as is. But the bike looks very, very cool. So without further ado, we're going to go over all the specs, talk about the cool features on this bike, tire clearances, specs on the cranks, and everything like that. Everything you get stock on this bike if you were looking to buy it. And again, I believe this bike retails for around $13,050. Another one thing I want to praise about Cannondale is that their frame sets for this bike, like the High Mod, they're limited edition colors, like the Rafa EF team color, and also their super lightweight limited edition all black color. I mean, those frame sets, now you guys are going to kill me again, but I think their limited edition EF frame, the EF one, is $4,750, which I thought was crazy cheap for a limited edition top tier bike they make, given other companies I work with are $5,500, $6,000, $6,500 for limited edition frame sets. And also their super light frame set is $5,200. Of the, I think it's like the LeBlanc, the super lightweight all matte black one. So I know it's very expensive, but in terms of relevancy for what you're getting, I think that's pretty light or pretty crazy of a price for their limited edition stuff. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. So starting off with their handlebars on here, it is their own Cannondale system. It's called their SL Knot. It's a carbon fiber bar, alloy stem, all integrated cables running down the top tube. We have on here Cannondale bar tape as well with kind of this grippy texture here. Very soft, kind of cushy, compliant, but it has the texture so that way you don't sweat it off. You have your integrated Garmin mount that goes on top of the stem made by Cannondale. You have the option to run a Garmin, a Wahoo, whatever you want, and then you can add an integrated light down here if you like. This bike is spec'd with a full brand new Dura-Ace 9200. This is all electronic, 12 gears in the rear, 2 in the front. It's a semi-hybrid wireless system. The shifters are wireless, but the front derailleur and rear derailleur are tethered to a battery with 2 cables that go into the seat post for a longer battery life. You have the Cannondale logo right there in the front, and then they say that they run the cables right here in the front of the tube. You can see with that kind of gaping hole right there. That's where the cables are ran. And we have a bunch of breakaway spaces here to make it a little bit more efficiency if you want to lower the stem if you need to, which is always nice for mechanics to work on. With this bike, they made the tire clearance on here capable of taking up to a 700 by 30C tire, so you can run up to a 30C tire in here if you wanted to. This bike is now currently spec'd with 700 by 25C tires, but it can go up to a 30. Going down to the wheels, these are Cannondale's own brand. This is their not SL hologram 45mm depth wheels. These are full carbon fiber wheels. They are tubeless ready, and I think, no, they're not ceramic. But they are tubeless ready, very light wheels, wide rim track again to make them capable of taking up to that 700 by 30C tire. But they wanted to make a wheel that is light, responsive, agile, but still give you some aerodynamic properties like everyone is. They want to make something super light, but still has aerodynamic properties because we want to go fast. The tires that come on this bike are the Vittoria Corsa Graphene 2.0 with the cotton sidewall or the gumwall sidewall. These are spec'd right now with tubed. I don't think these are tubeless ready, but you can fit a tubeless tire on there, or you can get those same tubeless tires in there. Cool thing about Cannondale is that they do have their own built-in wheel sensor that comes on this bike. Let me show you guys real quick. So you guys can see right here, this is a Cannondale wheel sensor that's built onto this bike that can give you all your readings and hook up to your Garmin's, your Wahoos, whatever it is. That'll tell you your speed, your distance, wherever you're going. The only thing you do have to do is you have to register with their own app. Kind of a downfall, but it is nice to have your own sensor, so that way you don't have to add another bulky sensor onto your wheel, which is pretty cool. I like to see more and more companies do that. I do think it's a cool thing, but also sometimes I just think that it's a way of a company getting your information, so that way they can email blast you later on down the road, whatever it is. We do have a through axle that goes through the wheel right here, and nice bladed arrow spokes. For the front rotor is a 160mm new Shimano Dura-Ace XTR rotor, and then we have the Shimano Dura-Ace brake calipers as well. 10% wider for better brake clearance as well, so that we don't get that grit, that grime, that dirt inside there. That's always a nice pleasure. We have the beautiful Cannondale logo going down the backside. Funny thing, I'm not gonna rip on this bike, but back in the day, back in the day when Peter Sagan was riding for Cannondale, and Cannondale was making some of the lightest bikes out, us being a specialized store, we used to always call them crack and fails. That's just a little joke, you know. You can slang it around if you have a buddy with a Cannondale, just get right in his face and be like, hey, what's up, crack and fail? No, but in all seriousness, who am I kidding? I don't know what I'm talking about. Bottom bracket on here is a press fit 30. So this bottom bracket is a FSA bottom bracket. That is a press fit 30 that reduces down to a 24mm spindle to accommodate this Dura-Ace crank. It has that little kind of green shilling on there for that Cannondale color, which is pretty cool. You do have an old Di2 junction port box right here, or a Campy port box if you wanted to. But I would think that you're going to see more and more companies kind of phase that out as we go. And if you guys did not notice, this color is not black. It is a shimmery dark army green. You have this kind of logo right here. It's like an SL logo, like a matte logo right there, which looks pretty cool. And that is a carbon fiber door for that Di2 junction box. But yes, this is a green color. You have your black Cannondale stripes right there. You have a little Supersix Evo in gold, glimmery, shimmery shine right there, just in case you forget what you're riding. Sometimes I forget a lot of stuff. You have your water bottle cages here with an extra bolt in case you want to adjust where you want your water bottle position at. You have another water bottle position right here too as well. And then the Cannondale logo is in that nice gold shimmery gold color. Crank on here is a Dura-Ace crank. This is a 170mm crank arm. It is a 52-36 chainring, 52 tooth being the top, 36 being the bottom to give you a nice range for the gears. You have a Dura-Ace chain or an XTR 12-speed chain. You have a Dura-Ace front derailleur as well, much more sleeker for the new stuff. It shifts very, very fast, lightning smooth up and down for all you consumers out there wondering. And for the rear, we have a nice Dura-Ace cassette on here, 11 tooth on the bottom, 30 tooth on the top. You can go up to 1134 as well if you want to. And then for the rear derailleur, it's the Dura-Ace 12-speed rear mech. They changed this, made it a longer cage to accommodate more gear range. And then this is your whole brain of the system. This is your junction box now. This is where you charge it. This is where you trim it. This is where you pair it. This is where you do everything. There's no more junction box. This is your main thing. That's why this is probably going to be the most expensive piece on your bike in terms of components. It used to be the shifters. Now it is the derailleur. So do not mess that derailleur up. Do not kick it when you get mad and you get dropped on a climb. Do not kick it when your friend beats you in a sprint. That is very, very expensive. Do not kick that at all. For the rear wheels, it's the exact same as the front. The Knot SL hologram 45s. Again, it's a 45mm depth. You have a nice arrow spokes on here. We will be doing a free body sound test to let you guys hear what that wheel sounds like at the end of the video. And then for the tires, we have a Vittoria Corsa gumwall tire again. It's a 700 by 25C, and this bike can take up to a 700 by 30. With the new Supersix Evo system as well, they wanted to make it, yes, they want to make it light, fast, aero, everything like that, but they also want to focus on compliancy because you're only as fast as how fresh you're going to be. People have figured this out, that if you're a fresher, more comfortable, you're able to put out more power. If you're in pain, your lower back hurts, your body hurts, your shoulders hurt, you're not going to be putting out much power. You're going to want to get off the bike. If you're able to stay on the bike longer, you'll be able to put out more power. So this is the idea behind it. They made it 18% more compliant. What that means is that you're not going to feel as many bumps up and down. You're not going to get your shoulders hurt as much. Yada, yada, yada. Hoopla, whoop, whoop, blah, blah, blah. But yes, the idea behind it is to make it more comfortable. If 25 is too rough for you, put on some 30s, go gravel riding on this bike. This is a 51, like I said. This is where the integrated seat post wedge is tightened up right here. We have a nice Knot SL carbon fiber integrated seat post, and again, they put this little kind of thing right there to add some compliancy there. So your seat post is not right on top of this. This has a little bit of a bounce, and it's a very nice view. You have a nice carbon fiber rail saddle, and this is a Physique Argo saddle. Nice wide cutout, nice wide fitting for anyone who wants to be comfortable. What this wide cutout allows, when you go into the drops, when you go into a more aggressive position and we tilt forward and that soft tissue area is exposed more, this will allow for more blood flow. But yes, that is going to do it for this bike. No lie, I am very, very surprised at this bike. It's super, super lightweight. Granted, it is $13,000, but if out of all the $13,000 bikes that I've tested and got to review and weigh for you guys on camera, this thing feels super, super light right when I pick it up. Whereas some other companies, I pick up their bikes at $13,000, I give it a little, it feels very, very heavy compared to this bike. So I will have the weight for you at the beginning of the video, but this is a great, great bike. Now, this is where my time comes. This is the Cannondale Supersix Evo High Mod. It retails for $13,000. This is a size 51. It is available at Epic Cycles down here in Delray. I will put a link to a store down there, but a very, very beautiful bike. Thank you guys. As always, my name is GC Performance. I'll see you guys next time. Here comes the free of buy sound test. And look at guys, I'm stepping up. I got my own damn work stand now. Free of buy sound test on this Cannondale Supersix Evo High Mod. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.